I'm trying to do it before cutting out on that the last part. So novice of me. I've only been doing this for 400 years. I'm like Benjamin Button. Hey, everybody. How you guys doing? You know what day it is? It's Tuesday, 9:15 p.m. Eastern. I always say, you have a place to be because you don't want to be here, but you're actually here anyways. But I know you'd rather be somewhere else, watching Matlock, Golden Girls, watching one of the bad movies that Tom recommends. It's got to be something that brings you here every Tuesday night around this time. So that being said, let's bring in my merry folks of the show. Let's start with she's out there. Let's go with this one right here. Yay, Mandy. Hi,
Hello.
Mandy. Hello. And then we're gonna go with because she's still not here. Let's go with Tom.
She's still not here. Where'd she go?
Oh, there she is, and there she is. Hello.
I ran in my bathroom real quick. My bad.
Oh, okay. I wear Depends. That's why it's I don't go anywhere.
I
for
might
so
need
long.
those Thursday.
Oh, trust me. I there's nothing more satisfying than pissing while you're sitting down on the chair. Yeah, I don't. I'm just saying. Not that I've ever
Tom,
done
did
it.
you say you don't mind?
Just go, man. Just go.
It's a choice.
It's a something.
I tell you what. So it is the time of the spookiness. Oh,
Yes.
it's my favorite time. But you know what? It's kind of funny because the older I get now, I feel like I'm not enjoying it as much. Because it's kind of weird because this month, because now it's flying by. And next thing you know, we blinked and it was October 1st. And next thing you know, it's going to be.
Because
the
we're
18th,
expiring
and
rapidly.
You're just not focused. It's the problem.
Thanks for that.
You're not focused.
Is that what it is?
That's what it is. You got to.
So
You just told us in the green room.
moments.
You just told us in the green room. Your next 2 weeks are chaos. You know.
You know what? You're right.
You're not
absolutely right.
focused. You're not like it's October night, whatever night it is. I have to watch a movie. Like you're not trying something new. You're not trying something that you've seen before that you like. You're like, well, next week and then the week after and the week after. So you're not focused.
Oh, I have been focused on like older like I watched Copycat today.
Yeah.
That's from 95 and I was like,
I've been
man.
watching old ones too.
But I get more enjoyment out of them because I don't like some of them I haven't seen in so long. Like I'm like, ooh,
What's
this
that?
is what happens. That's right.
Yeah.
And then I start naming off like the killers in order, and I'm like, this is wrong. Something is wrong with me.
What's Copycat?
Oh, it's a Sigourney Weaver, Holly Hunter movie. Fucking awesome.
So good.
Watch it. It's from 95, so it's not like now.
But man, some of those older movies are holding up. Like they're just not making certain movies the way they used to.
No.
That you agree with, right, Tom? They don't make movies like they used to.
Yes.
Story.
However, I've been on a purposeful trek to see the things I haven't seen.
Uh-huh.
And there's still like a lot of 80s stuff that I've never seen, whatever. And I was like, okay, let me go down this rabbit hole of things that I am aware of that people have talked about. And I'm like, okay, let me finally sit down and watch this stuff.
Some 80s though, like
yeah, the 80s. Yeah, and it's mostly the 80s. There's a little bit of like in the 2000s and 90s, but it's mostly the 80s because that's my vibe, and I kind of understand the 80s.
Yeah.
But invariably, like I would say 90% of the movies that I've watched, my instincts were correct in that I didn't need to see these things.
I think most of us, we just didn't know any better.
Well, and that's 100% right. I got into an argument about, because we were very specifically, there are 2 vampire movies from the 80s that I had never seen. One of them I actually had seen the remake. It was Fright Night. I'd seen the remake that came out in like the 2000s or something. But I kind of liked it. And so it's Fright Night. And then somebody had told me about a movie that I had never heard before, which was called Near Dark. And they're both these 80s vampires movies. And so I was like, all right, go ahead. And they're on like Amazon or something. So I'm like,
really?
Let's go. Give it to me right now.
I I've never watched Near Dark. Now I want to.
Yeah,
I'm curious.
isn't Near Dark with
Dark- Aliens.
Hendrickson?
Yeah, it's
Was
like
it
the whole cast of
terrible?
Aliens. Yeah, it's crazy.
Mhm.
Oh,
It's Henriksen. It's
Henriksen.
it's the girl Vasquez. She's in it. It's
Paxton?
Bill Paxton. Yeah, it's like the
Ooh,
cast of
loving
Aliens
it.
is in a vampire movie. But so when I watched Fright Night,
Yeah.
I immediately went to Facebook, of course, as I always do, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" Like,
I love Fright
you
Night.
can't be serious that you
on,
people
come
like
on,
this
Tom.
movie. This is a terrible movie. This is
No,
a
get the frick
terrible,
out. It's a
terrible,
great movie.
terrible movie, right?
I had my
It's a
wife
terrible
watch
movie.
Do you think like
and so-
certain movies like are classified in a box of we didn't have anything else to compare
Correct.
to?
Correct. And that's
Therefore,
where
it was okay for its
Yes.
time.
Yes. And so I got into an argument with one of my artists
Yeah.
because he was like, "No, dude, this is a great movie." And he started going through like what he likes and what's the other. And I was like, "Listen, I understand your premise. I reject your conclusion because this is a terrible movie. And you can't go back and look at this. If you go back and watch this right now with an open mind, this is a bad movie." Now, and he was like, "Well, but there were like 3 vampire movies in the 80s that sort of changed vampire movies." And I was like, again, I completely agree with you because we had just come out of what would have been like the Hammer horror, the very gothic stuff from the 70s and the 60s.
Yep.
I totally get it. So now you have these 3 movies, Lost Boys, Fright Night, Near Dark, where it's
Love Lost
vampires in
Boys.
leather jackets and, you know, all it's
Yeah.
very modern for the 80s, right?
Right.
But they're not good movies. That's it. That's it. They're just not good movies. Like if you were to line these 3 up, Lost Boys, Near Dark, and Fright Night, those 2 don't compare to Lost Boys. Like they don't carry the Lost Boys jock. Like those are so bad, and the Lost Boys is so good that you know there's that. But you're right, Mandy. It is 100% right. That's exactly what I told him. I was like, you are existing in the nostalgia trap, and I exist there too. I fully am aware that I go there. But there's a lot of people, and then he was like, "You know what? You're right. It's probably not great now, but because of what it was then, I have this memory or whatever." And I'm like, valid. That's valid.
So you carried that torch into the present, right? So however you felt in 1985 is the way you're going to feel now, right? Because it's
in a lot of cases, there are people, there are movies that I watch from the old days, and I'm like, "Oh, that didn't."
Oh no,
like,
trust me
that's not
too.
great.
Once again,
Yeah.
when you rewatch them as an adult, you see it through a whole different lens.
Yeah. And
But-
sometimes that's great. And sometimes you
Yeah.
pick out things that you were like, "Oh, I didn't even see that before."
Yeah.
But now but in a lot of times it's like you've seen so
Heart.
much that it's like,
Go get 'em.
I don't know. I've seen a lot.
But-
So
but
then
it's
I saw the
it's
Near Dark,
initial-
and I was like, again, same thing. I was like, guys, this is not a good movie. And everybody came for me. I mean, my thread was like,
Damn.
whatever.
But you have to wonder, are you fighting with their nostalgia of the movie
Yes,
or the
yes,
fact that
yes,
it's actually a
yes.
good movie?
Yeah, and that's
Right.
really all my argument is like, look, just go watch it again objectively.
Yeah, take
And-
your emotions out of it.
Yeah, it's just not a great movie. That's all. You can love it for your time. You can love it all you
Ben
want.
Chewy hasn't had.
I
his
still watch
drop
crap
yet.
that's crap. I understand it, but objectively, it's just not.
Yeah.
It's just not.
Yeah.
It's not.
It is true. So what
Get
happens is that people get their feels, their
Yeah.
feelings,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they argue with their feelings instead of arguing with the actual
Yeah.
sense of,
Yeah.
you know what, I might like it, but it is pretty bad. But I liked it, and you're like, well, we agree. It's
Yeah.
pretty bad, but you like it, and it's okay for you to go, okay, but you do admit it's a pretty bad movie. Yeah, but I liked it back then, and I'm always gonna like it. Cool, but don't shit on me and say it's
It's
I
great.
will
Cologne.
fight you to the death on it because like Ryan hates that movie, and I'm like, but I love it. I love the
Listen-
corniness of it. Like I know it's a bad movie. The
Well, yeah, and
idea
that's
of
the other
it-
thing is a lot of people just are there's like a vibe, right? They just like the vibe of it, right?
Yeah,
And
I
so-
liked the idea and the vibe of that movie because
yeah.
it was just
Not
it was
the
catchy whole
execution.
time.
Not the execution, yeah,
Not-
just
not
the
the-
vibe.
not
You want to exist in that vibe, and that's valid too. Yeah.
And it was, and I love, like I said before, like if there was a movie that could be remade, that would be one I would want to see remade right. Like now.
Which one?
Clue?
What one? Oh, yeah, I love that.
Isn't
But
that
I
with Christopher Reeves? Isn't that with Christopher Reeves?
I don't know.
No?
Is it?
No, maybe
don't-
not.
I don't think so.
You know,
I would like to
speaking
see
of,
the people who did Knives Out redo Clue.
I fucking love Knives Out.
'Cause it's
Both
the
of
same
them. I
thing.
cannot
It's
wait
like
for
the
the
same
third one
vibe.
to come out. The third one's coming out. Can't wait. Although
Fuck
I
Ryan
saw that
Johnson.
shit in like 10 minutes, I still love watching.
Fuck Ryan
it's
Johnson.
good.
Yeah.
I even liked the Glass Onion. Actually, I liked that genre with.
I love the first one.
The Knives Out is pretty good.
Yeah.
So that being said, you know, I was talking to guys in the green room and give you some time to think about what's the last, and I do mean, and I'm going to preference in the word last. What is the last good, scary movie that you saw that you said, you know, that was a little freaky? And whether you think the movie was good or not, I'm going to throw that out there for Tom because it might be harder for him. Whether you think it was good or not, you could at least say it was kind of creepy, right? It was kind of freaky. Since I'm married to someone who doesn't watch horror movies, I'm kind of fucked. So, because I'm not that guy who's gonna watch a movie by myself without her.
Yeah.
It's not that
Oh, I will.
relationship. You know, I know you will, and so will you. I can't unless I'm gonna be that weirdo.
Mandy's gonna be my Salem date soon. We gotta do that shit.
Soon before I die.
Yeah,
Okay,
you got to
we
go to
should
Salem.
seriously talk about just like saving like so much money a month and going. Like we
Okay,
go
so
live
next
and just
year-
And it's not
Next
that
year's
far,
our
by the
year.
way.
Next
It's
year's
not-
our
it's-
year.
It's not. It's just a town. It's just gonna, and you got to go during Halloween, obviously. So,
that's the point.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
But good luck, because you got to book early, because all the hotels get all fucking.
Oh
booked
shit! I didn't know.
up. Okay. So that being said, I want to know if anyone off the top of their head has that movie that you're thinking about. The
Well, I
last
just-
one. And
Sorry.
don't say weapons, because apparently, so it's kind of funny. So I have a friend of mine who said, "Oh, I have a friend coming over. We're gonna watch
Nothing
weapons."
scary about weapons.
And I said, and I told her,
Fucking weird.
And I
It
told her-
sounds scary.
quote, "Ugh." And she goes, "What do you mean?" I go, I have two friends who saw it, and one hates everything, and one loves everything. And
We
they both went, "Ugh," right? So if you get yin and yang together, and they both agree, it's gonna be a pretty bad. It must not be that great, right?
Now, the caveat is if you are scared of anyone under 4'9" who can receive government assistance, then this might terrify you. Absolutely. But if that's not you, you're gonna go, what the
So I forgot, and I saw her a couple days after, and I'm like, oh. She goes, oh, so we watch weapons. I said, oh, what you think? She goes, I was like, ha ha. So yin and yang are right. So they got it right. She goes, it was all right. She goes,
yeah, you're
it
like,
was all right.
what did I just watch?
But the funny thing about that, and we talk about this, is that we could turn around and talk to somebody else and say that movie was fucking great.
I've read it on
But here's the problem.
Yeah.
With it. I have yet to ask anybody, tell me why. What am I missing? Tell me why. There's no answer from them, right? It comes back to the vibe thing.
Yep.
They're just like,
It's
it
very
was
vague.
eerie.
It's so weird.
Creepy,
It's so whatever. And I'm
eerie.
like, okay, kind of, yes.
You're not selling me.
But there's no sell there. Exactly. It's like, but what? There's nothing else other than the just oh, it's so creepy. It's kind of like
Right.
Long Legs too. I get the same thing. Why is that so great? Oh, it's so creepy and weird. I'm just like, is it? Are you sure?
But once again, what's so great about it?
Yeah,
Right?
right,
Because
exactly.
a movie can't be great based on creepy and weird.
Right.
It's got to be a good movie because either it's going to be the acting or the writing,
Right.
how
Yeah.
even the special effects, you can say they were pretty convincing or whatever it is. But you can't really put a movie on the high echelon because it was weird
That's it.
or
Yeah.
it was creepy. It's like, but that doesn't, nowadays, it doesn't hold water because there's so much to choose from.
Yep.
So what were you going to say, Mandy? Did you see? First of all, before we go on, did anybody see The Last Rites?
That's what I was just gonna say. You read my mind.
Okay.
The
Oh, is
what?
that the Conjuring one?
The new
The Last
Conjuring,
Conjuring,
yeah,
yeah.
the last
The
one.
The Last Conjuring.
Yeah.
Haven't seen it yet.
So
So
I
you-
watched it. I wouldn't say out of all the movies it's the scariest. See, the Conjuring movies for me are more of a love story. I know there's horror stuff,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
underneath it's more of like their life and chapters of it.
Yeah.
Of Ed and Lorraine. And so this is definitely to me like really like below the surface, a love story and kind of wrapped up in a bow. There are, for me personally, there's creepy parts. Murat and I watched it together. Murat doesn't believe in ghosts. He doesn't believe in aliens. He doesn't believe in unicorns. He watches that stuff and just thinks it's really hokey, but he entertains me because he likes horror movies. And so we watched it together and he actually jumped a couple times because there's a few, the way they did some of the prosthetics and the makeup, I would say, which was really interesting. It wasn't just the CGI of it all. It was actually the old school stuff. That's the stuff that was the creepiest.
But it was most of that stuff in that movie was jump scares. It wasn't really.
No.
It was not
It's
like
totally visual jump scares.
Yeah.
So you saw it then, Tom, obviously.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, I
Because I'm a
agree
fan
with
of the
you.
franchise. I was there day one.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, give it to me. Let's
So-
But
go.
out of
so
all
where
of
do you-
them, you wouldn't say that's the creepiest one of them all, do
No,
you?
not at all.
No.
Not at all.
So
I don't-
where do
yeah.
you
I
place it?
At the bottom.
Where do you place it?
I put
Yes,
it-
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I found it to be the most commercial of them all. You could see that they were trying to just do
Yep.
too much. They were trying to remind you of everything they've already done. They were clearly trying to set up the daughter and her husband
And her
as
husband.
like, well, we can't get these two anymore. So what if we did the franchise with
Yeah.
these two? Like you could see they were trying to set things up.
It
as
went most gore in this movie, blood wise, and they've never done that in the previous
it
ones.
did-
I thought it was a little lazy.
Is that the plan? Is to continue the franchise with the daughter and son-in-law?
Well, there's no announced plan to that, but when you watch the movie, you can feel them trying
It
to
looks
pass the torch.
open where
Yeah,
they
they're-
could if they wanted to.
And there is a talk that they're trying to do a prequel, which would allow them to just cast younger people as Ed and Lorraine.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yep.
But if
Love
you watch
story.
this movie, there's a clear, wide open door that's just like, there you go. If you want to keep doing
Yeah.
it,
That would have to. The only way that would work, and you guys would all agree.
I don't think it would work at all.
No. I said the only way it would work is
There isn't a
that
way. There's no way.
the writing it's got to be like
No, there's
It
no
would
way.
have to be
There's
there,
no
and
way.
it wasn't there for this
There's
one.
no way. Because Vera Farmiga and Paul Wilson, they are the franchise.
Yes.
They are
If
the
you just like move the franchise on, it might be pseudo successful because
People are gonna
franchise.
watch it, but
Right.
it's not the
But
same.
it's not gonna be
because
the same.
based on they're gonna watch it based on curiosity.
Sure.
That's it. That's it. Like, oh, I wonder how this one's gonna be, right? So, do we
But
consider this?
you're now at Halloween 4, Halloween 5. Like we're gonna watch it, but like we're sliding down a slope.
Yeah.
So does Conjuring considered? So when I think of the Conjuring series, I think of the Conjuring series with them in it. I don't consider the Nun, Annabelle, those movies. I don't consider. Is that part of the universe?
It's the universe,
Yeah.
but it's like
But
a
you
branch.
wouldn't-
But it's
but you
about
wouldn't
those
consider it
characters.
like
Yeah.
Because those
Right, but-
characters, the Nun and Annabelle, are part of Ed and Lorraine's, life and whatever.
right. But do you
Yeah.
understand where I don't see them as sequels?
Yeah, but see,
Because-
it's like saying Mandalorian isn't Star Wars because it's not Luke, it's not the Skywalker saga, right?
I see.
But it's
I
like
get it.
that
in
kind of
the
thing.
but it's in the
It's under the
Yeah.
umbrella, but
yeah.
but yeah, I see where you're coming from, but like but because the Nun and because Annabelle have direct connections to the Conjuring movies, like there's direct,
So
story
would you
ties.
say the best one is the first one?
Yes, I think they are
Hands-
in
hands
order of release. They are best to
Agreed.
worst.
I
Yeah.
do agree with that.
Okay.
I like
Because I
the third
rewatched
one.
all of them.
Yeah, I like the third one a lot more than a lot of people do. I thought it was a little bit interesting to deal
Which
with.
was
sort
the
of
third one?
devil. It was the devil,
Which
where
was-
Yeah.
it's one of those great lines where they're like, every time we come into court and you tell me to put my hand on the Bible and swear to God, we probably ought to believe that there's a devil too. I was like, oh, that's a cool,
Yeah.
sort of thought process. So I like the third one more than most people, but it's still the third best in the.
I agree.
What's the third one called? Do you know?
Devil made
Devil.
the devil made me do it, or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
There's a
is it with
documentary, and then there's the. So
is it
both
with
are
Ed?
interesting.
Is it with Patrick and?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
God damn
It's interesting.
Yeah, it's
I enjoy.
based on a story where a guy killed somebody and they were basically trying to say that he was possessed by the devil.
And they had to prove it in court.
Yes, I saw it. Was the guy like a farm boy? Was it like in a
Yes.
farmhouse or?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay,
Like
I
more
saw it.
rural. Yeah.
Okay, I saw it. Boy, I'm my memory is interesting.
It's okay.
Mine
Wow.
too.
Two
My
colas. I
memory-
get it.
My memory is interesting.
Perimenopause. It's just meh.
Not fun.
Okay, so
Right,
that
Tom?
wasn't.
What?
Perimenopause is
That's
no
the
fun.
worst. It's the worst.
See? He
Oh,
gets
trust me. Why do you think my head's shaved off? So listen, Mandy. So I don't consider. I'm assuming that's not the scariest movie you've seen of late.
The thing is, I haven't seen a lot of scary movies lately. Like I've been watching them, but not been scared by them. Like I just watched Strangers Chapter 2. And
That's
the
on my list to do
storyline,
this
it
week.
kind of explains all the way to the very beginning. Like it has backstory from when they're kids, which is I thought that part was interesting. Was it scary? Not at all. Not to me. And it's a hack and slash typical kind of movie, but
Okay.
so
So I'm gonna-
I like that they give you, and then there's going to be a third one. There's going to be another one coming up. It's to be continued.
I
But-
haven't seen what.
Strangers or
Shannon hasn't seen them. so-
strangers?
No, I said it's on my list to do this week. Like I've been watching tons of old movies or movies I
Me
haven't
too.
old or new. Like I've been like
Yeah.
if it's on streaming, I have been
Right?
watching. Like today I watched, like I said, I watched Copycat and To Catch a Killer.
Oh, so good. We just
That
watched
movie
that
is
too.
interesting. It's creepy how real it could be. And you know,
Right?
29 perfect shots out of 29 and 20 like I was just like, whoa.
So good.
Um
I love those movies too. We've been doing a lot of older ones because they're more satisfying.
we're talking about movies, you ass.
Wow. You know the funny thing is that you guys are mentioning movies that are of my era, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't remember anything anymore. I don't know what the
That's
fuck's
okay.
going on.
So
Well, we're
Huh?
here
get
for
some
you.
sticky notes and start writing down and putting them up.
Post
Like,
it
I'm gonna
next
start.
to the
I'm gonna start
best
doing like.
ever.
I'm gonna be like Memento. I'm gonna start fucking tattooing all my shit on my arms. Okay. Does anybody
Really?
else? So we'll get away from Mandy because she didn't help at all.
Sorry.
Shannon. What do you got? Do you have like your last movie that you would say, hey, you know?
I mean, there's been movies that I'm like, parts of it I've been like, okay, that was a little creepy, you know, but nothing that's freaked me out. Like where I've been like, oh my God, at least not since I was younger. Like I don't know.
See, that's the
maybe-
thing, right? Is because we're all so heavy in the content.
Yeah.
We're all to a degree we're desensitized to it. We've seen it, we've been there, we've done that. Jump scares will get us because they're designed to get you. The music, the pop, you know,
But
that
they're cheap.
it's supposed to. It's a cheap get. Yeah, it's a cheap get. Yeah.
We
I
did the
think
Conjuring.
so I think all of us probably, as far as like creep factor or being scared, it's probably going to go back to when we were really kids. You know, we'd have that moment that you were like, oh my God, that got me. But then you have that trauma scar on you for the next movie you see, the next movie you see, the next movie you see, and that you're not like you expect it now. We all know what to expect. Like we can watch these movies and kind of know what to expect. We know when the jump is coming a lot of the times. You can tell by the music, you can tell by the setups, like, you know, a lot of us are storytellers and stuff. So we know how all of this works. And so it's really hard to like really create creepy, weird, like, oh, I'm uncomfortable right now, that kind of stuff. But I have very
I think with
specific
that-
moments when I was a kid.
Yeah, no, like okay, so Dell's question is like, have you seen the Ed
Seen
Gein
the
on
Ed-
Netflix? And it's the series, The Monsters. Like
Yeah.
I started watching it yesterday. I've
Mm.
only watched the first episode, but I'm super intrigued on how it goes, how he inspired all of these future mass murder killers and stuff, like how it affected them and how they
It's a
Nipple
good,
lamps.
it's a good series.
right.
I
Oh,
won't spoil it for anybody, but I will say that it is, to say it's historical fiction would be an understatement.
I mean,
It's-
that's
Just
Ed-
be aware, it is historical fiction. You're going to get a very different
not
type
here,
of
babe.
story than
than
what
what
you're
they actually
expecting.
happened, right?
Yeah.
Because
But-
Ed Gein was the inspiration for Texas
They'll follow
Chainsaw
you when you
Massacre.
Sure. But I'm saying, as far as again, it's hard to talk about without spoiling it. But the way that it's written, the way that it's portrayed, the way that Ed Gein is portrayed, et cetera, it's not reality. It's not reality. This is not a documentary. This is historical fiction. It takes the pieces that we understand, puts it through the Hollywood blender to create this drama, and then you kind of have it. But it's really
That
good.
sucks.
It's really, really good. Like, all the actors are fantastic. Charlie Hunnam is unbelievable.
It's
Oh,
I bet you,
unnerving.
I saw the trailer, right? And I showed my wife,
Unnerving.
and she's like, "Oh, I'm not going to see that shit, but go ahead and save it." I said, "This is the kind of movie that wait till next for the Emmys. He's gonna because he
It's-
looks like
but it's not a
just in the
movie.
trailer. No, not the
Or
trailer.
the
I mean, not the series.
Yeah.
Either way, it will be nominated for Emmy if
His
he
acting
because
was really,
just
really
seeing the
unnerving.
trailer, I'm like, this guy, this is the role he's been waiting for.
Yeah.
This is
Actually,
This
I
is
don't know.
the role.
I wouldn't say that because his wife, like when he was filming, he did an interview. His wife told him, "When you're done filming, when this is over, decompress, stay away and decompress, clear your mind so that when you come home, I'm your focus. I'm what's on your mind." Because, like he said, like those kinds of roles
Yeah.
take
They
a
break.
toll on you.
It's a
So
Heath
he-
Ledger kind of role that led
Well,
up
yeah.
to.
So he said afterwards he drove to Ohio where Ed Gein is buried and went to his grave site and like talked to him and was like, "Look, I hope we did you right. I hope we did, I hope we told your story properly." So it's technically it's supposed to be based off of a like documentary of things that occurred.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
it
but
was like, I
it's-
hope you told your story, but never be a
That's
part
the
of my
weird
life.
part. Again, I'm trying not to do spoilers, but it's really weird. You'll see people talking about it like, and they kind of did the same thing with what was the first one? The Ted Bundy. Was it
Dahmer?
Ted Bundy? Dahmer.
Dahmer.
They kind of did the same thing where they tried to like humanize this guy and take you through a different sort of look at this dude.
Well, yeah, of course they
Um,
did.
But
Same formula for sure.
yeah, again, I don't want to like do spoilers. So
I know, right? That's hard because it
but
just
it's-
came out.
it's a
so-
really bizarre way to present this guy.
It's an interpretation, that's for sure. That's what I read.
Yeah.
All
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying
yeah,
though
yeah.
is that if like just from the first episode, if that's how his life was with his mom, that shit explains a lot.
It explains it. It's weird. It gives you almost a sense of empathy for someone who is so disgusting and so destroyed, which is that's a very complicated human.
I just like the fact that the mom is the sister from Roseanne.
Okay, I had to Google it because
She's Sheldon's mom and Big Bang
And I was
Theory.
like, is that her? I was like, it's
It's
her. She's
it's
so
Lori
scary.
Lori
She's so
Metcalf.
scary.
So
And it's funny
it-
because she was like, "Women are sin," and I'm all, "But you're a woman. Like I don't
But
get."
I had that same reaction, Shannon. I was like,
Well,
you're not allowed to get married?
So do any of you guys have? So do you have any? How about you, Tom? What's the last good movie? And you can go back to when you were 12.
he's on the
it-
same boat we
it's-
are.
Go
Yeah,
back to
you
when
know-
you're 12.
There's really hasn't been anything. I mean, I'm really trying to think back of like when I got caught outside
Yeah.
of just jump scares. And
Oh,
I think it's I don't think there is anything unless I go all the way back. And there's two
Mhm.
moments for me and the one has stayed with me forever, so it's eternal, and that's The Exorcist.
Always.
Because I saw The Exorcist when I was 9. In the basement of my dad's townhouse in the dark, with my sister, who would have been like 7 at the time, and we were just flipping channels, right? Like what's on TV, what's on TV.
My God, and you flipped to it?
We stopped at the part where she's in the hospital and she's doing this in the hospital.
Oh,
And we were like, what's going on? So we started to watch The Exorcist, and we're watching it. And we're number one, we're both scared pissless. Number 2, we're in a house we've never been in before. We have no idea where the lights are. So it's pitch black in the basement of this like 4-story thing. And we're watching, and we're just like, we're dying. We're literally dying as we're watching this movie. And then the shot where the green lights come up and the big Pazuzu statue is like right there, and she's all like, wow. We were like, boom, both of us like up the stairs, like pew, 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 all the way up to to my dad's room. We never finished it. No, we never finished it. Up
You
to
were
my dad's room,
traumatized.
we were totally 100% traumatized. 100%. Did not see this movie again for probably a decade until I was like teenage time. I was with my friends. It was like the VHS era was happening. Like that's when I got to see it again and I saw the whole thing, and it still was like, oh, I don't like this. And then they had like an anniversary, like the 30th anniversary or 35th anniversary or something, and they re-released it in theaters. So
That's
I was
when
like,
I saw it again.
I'm going to go watch it in the theaters again, because I never saw it in the theater. And I'm like, oh, here we go. I'm going to go into the theater. I'm going to watch The Exorcist. And I was like, fuck me. It's still doing it to me. It's not boring. It's not boring in the slightest. Is it not boring?
Oh, I thought it was boring as all hell.
Oh, no.
Tom, no matter your background of beliefs or religion or spirituality, do you think that movie has like a heaviness to it when you watch it?
I grew up, I don't know what it would be called. I was Presbyterian, Christian, whatever all that stuff is.
Yeah.
So definitely, I'm sure definitely there was that part. But as I get into my teenage years, that all went away. I was like, I don't even care about that.
Yeah, right.
But there was still that element of The Exorcist where it's like, God damn. And so I bought the Steelbook a lot of years ago because again, I love the movie. And so there was a few years ago, I went upstairs and popped it. I'm like, I haven't watched this in a long time. Let me pop this in. It's like 11 o'clock or something at night. And I pop it in and I'm just watching the opening scene with Max von Sydow. And he's talking to the other priest, and it's like blah blah blah. We're talking, and there's the clock in the back, tick, 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 tick.
I relate.
And it stops, and I was like, "Oh, I'm going to bed. Like I'm turning this movie off. I can't. This is not a nighttime movie anymore. This is like a breakfast movie with Frosted Flakes." I can't.
I don't think anyone's watching that movie with Frosted Flakes.
I can't do it. Yeah. So that has stuck with me. And then the other one, this was the one that I think was my sort of last true trauma. And again, it was the VHS era. So somehow I ended up renting Friday the 13th 2.
Okay.
Like I don't know why, but it was just like we're do Friday the 13th 2. And so at the end of Friday the 13th 2, spoiler alert, it's 40 years old. Jason comes like blasting through this window, right? Like right at the end. And that's kind of how it ends. So that the whole movie kind of freaked me out anyway, but I had just rearranged all of my furniture in my bedroom. So my bed was directly under the window. So I'm laying here and the window is right here. And I'm in a sweat, like this is not good. So I had to reset my whole bedroom again to get away from the window. That's legitimately the last time that I remember having like a stark effect from a film.
So we know what
nightmare.
Tom's like Achilles' heel is. It's feng shui.
Well, it's
yeah. My bed right now is in a corner, like it's in a corner.
You learned
like the
from
windows
that
over
moment,
there,
right?
Yeah. Facing the wall.
Yeah. Yeah, it's bad.
Mine. So if we do that and we go back, like mine is still gonna be because we've talked about this before. Mine
Yeah.
is still gonna be A Nightmare on Elm Street because when he has
Same.
them out and he slices the tendons
Oh,
and the Achilles heel
I
and
just
he plays
watched
them like
that.
puppets, it
Puppets.
makes my wrists and ankles hurt every single time. And I know it's coming, but I'm just like every time I see it, I cringe. I'm just like, oh, it hurts. Like
It
they
hurts
hurt
so bad.
and
I
it's so
just
fake
watched
looking,
it
but
2
I'm
days
like,
ago, and
it
I was like,
hurts because he's
ew.
walking like this, but they're I'm like, no,
Fucking
this is
Pinocchio on
wrong.
crack.
I hate it.
It's interesting because the whole time, Tom, you're talking about when you watch The Exorcist when they re-released it, that 9-year-old in you kind of comes out, right? When you're watching it, you have that 9-year-old
Yeah,
kind of creeps out of you, and all of a sudden
the
you're kind of
trauma of
placed in
that
that moment.
Yeah, for sure. That moment where you're just because again, especially when you were in the theater, because now it is dark again, just like it was
Oh.
dark, then. So, even though you have like 1,000 people in the theater, because it was packed. I mean, it was
Yeah.
absolutely packed. So even
The
when you
classic.
had that, it was like it's still to this. I haven't watched it when I turned it off that night for when I watched it that night. I have not put it back in the Blu-ray player, and that's been
Same.
like 5
Never
years.
watched it.
And I always think about it like, oh, I should like watch The Exorcist. And I did watch the sequel. I watched part 2 not long ago. I was like, oh no, this is bad. This is the worst that I could have ever imagined. And then the third one is actually pretty good for what it is. It's sort of like Halloween 3, where it's not really connected, but it is, but it's not. But it is kind of its own thing. And I just found out that there's an alternate version of it called Legion. And it apparently has a whole bunch of footage that they thought was lost, and they put it back into the film. And there's an alternate version of it called Legion. So now I got to go find that.
That's
Oh god, when I think of Legion, I think of a completely different movie.
Yeah, there's another
Yeah,
there's
there's a
there's
movie
another
called
completely
Legion.
different movie.
I
Yeah,
did enjoy that
Yeah.
movie. I know it's really bad, but the ice cream guy really scared me.
Is that what Paul Bettany?
It's yeah. It's an okay
It was all right.
thing for
was
what
like
it is.
Yeah, it wasn't. but
It was
it's
entertaining.
It's
Yeah.
no maximum overdrive, but
Is
So-
anything. Yeah.
yeah, right. So, like I think, and then this is funny because we were just on the topic. I think the last movie that kind of freaked me out was probably the first Conjuring, because for some reason they did it right. And what's the first thing that pops in my mind when I think of the Conjuring? In the basement.
Yeah. The Conjuring
It's
does
so
bring me
simple.
back to The Exorcist. The original Conjuring brings me back to The Exorcist in a lot of ways.
Agreed.
Because it's really good. It's just really good. Yeah.
I just got chills when because I
I
just saw
did
that
too.
in my mind. Because I mean, she's there, right? And then with the little match, and obviously sees hands come up and they do that. Get the
Arm
fuck out of
war.
here!
Like you're like, that's not Narnia.
I shit my ass. I shit everywhere. It's everywhere. It's I'm rubbing my ass on the rug,
He's all
like a
scooting.
dog. I'm scooting around. You know what I mean? It's the things like that freaks me out. It's not.
Holy shit.
I guess you would consider that a jump scare. I guess
No, that's
I
not a jump
don't-
scare. That's
it's not, isn't it?
that's a psychological thing where
Yeah.
It
you
is a
understand.
psychological thing.
Yeah, you understand that sound means something.
Yeah.
Jump scares like what? And
Yeah,
then
yeah,
there's
yeah, yeah,
music and whatever, like that kind of stuff. Like the
And then
Conjuring
those-
4 is just like littered with jump scares.
Oh, jump scares. So that's what I like. I like the ones where and not considered a jump scare, but the things that they show you that's not right in your face,
Mhm.
but enough for you to go like, oh, that's some creepy shit, right?
Yeah.
Don't like that.
And for some reason, I always go back to the Blair Witch with the fucking kid standing in the corner, just staring at a wall. That's just some creepy shit. I mean,
That movie just
it's-
made me nauseous and sick. I hate that fucking movie.
I know.
Hate it.
I don't
Yeah,
like a
second
lot of
some people
emotions.
can't do that. Some people can't do that.
I was fine with
yeah.
it. The
Not
second
for
one,
2 hours straight. Just
Yeah.
the second one
like,
sucked donkey balls. I'll tell you that right
I
now.
didn't even
Yeah,
watch
you
the
haven't
second
watched
one.
it.
No.
It was
Oh,
it was like
they did a
straight
remake
up
of
movie.
it too. They did a remake of it too, just called Blair Witch, and
I
it's
didn't know that.
it's a little more. It's still a little bit like found footage stuff, but not as heavy found footage stuff.
Okay.
What do you
and
mean?
It's
What do you
really
mean?
good. It's a remake called Blair
remade-
Witch.
of the same topic, everything,
Yep.
everything.
Yep.
I don't know if
They
I
just
did
took out-
because that first
they
one,
just
like,
took out the
I
word
kinda
project?
grew up on everybody on the theater.
Interesting.
It's called Blair Witch. Yeah, and it's it's really good. They did a great job.
It's interesting when you consider horror or scare. Back in the old days, they would call them horror movies, even though they weren't. The horror had a different connotation, but there's a reason why the Amityville Horror made oodles of money of the time in the 1970s.
I was about to say the original.
The original.
Love
Well,
the remake
it
with
was
Ryan Reynolds. That
based on
movie
a real
is-
story. That
Based on
always,
so all you had to say was based on a true story, right?
Mhm. and that's what
it's
the
like,
Blair Witch Project did too, on steroids.
yeah. I mean, they did such a good job where they're making documentaries about the documentary and all
Mhm.
that stuff, and that they did a fantastic job.
The
But
marketing
the
was brilliant.
Amityville Horror, if you watch it, there's some freaky moments in it.
Mhm.
Mm. But the whole time when you watch the movie, if you're watching it for the very first time, what's freaking you out is, wow, this really did happen,
Mhm.
right? And then as you get older, you can read into it, you're like, that shit didn't happen. There wasn't only this, there wasn't that, this and that. Some guy went nuts and he killed the family. And yes,
I
Mandy?
lived in an Amityville house, so I disagree with you.
Well,
I
no,
thought it was a crock
the-
until I
I'm talking about
experienced
the movie. I'm talking about the movie version of the
Oh,
actual.
closer to
that's-
the. Got it.
I mean, a guy.
It's interpretation.
He
too,
killed
you
his
know?
he killed his family, and the devil made him do it. And it's
yeah.
like,
Well, that's
okay.
that's Amityville too. They did that story with Amityville too. They basically told the original story in Amityville too.
Yeah, I forgot there was an
Yeah, but the
Amityville
Amityville Horror was based on the
There's a
Lutz
few.
family who moved in
on the Lutz
after.
family moved in
Yeah,
after.
and
Yeah.
had the ghost
Oh, you're right.
stuff happen.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yep.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You're right.
And that
So-
whole thing was that in that situation, you had the Amityville Horror, the movie was based on the Amityville Horror, the book, which was
Yes.
based on the Lutz testimony, blah, 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 that this guy then wrote a book and then it became a
Which
movie.
is controversial at this
Oh,
point.
completely.
Yeah,
100% of it is
It's one of
controversial.
the most.
I mean,
yeah.
right
Yeah.
down to the point where there's theories where it wasn't even George, or not George, who's the guy that shot the guys? Anyway, they were talking about how it was
The
him
brother.
and his sister at the same time shooting everybody.
Yep,
and-
I saw
yeah,
that. I was
Yeah,
like,
I mean, it's
that's
really
fascinating.
whacked. There are
And the fact that he claimed that he did make up some stuff and blah 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 blah.
And he was heavily into satanic culture, we shall say. So
who isn't?
people don't know.
yeah, there's a
So
couple
people,
of
like,
great.
he had a lot of books. He went to meetings. He did
Yeah.
certain rituals. So it just depends how far you dig versus just watching a movie for what it is, you know?
But then it's also when you talk to the different kids, they
Yeah,
all have different stories.
very different.
And there's two really interesting. There's one great documentary that goes right into the house, goes on to all the stories. But then there's one with the middle son, I think, where it's really his story. He tells you this is what it is through my eyes. And then at the end, they're like, so would you take a lie detector about all this? And he looks at him, he goes, fuck you guys. Why would I do you see me? Look what you don't believe I believe what I'm saying, blah, blah, blah. Fuck you guys. I'm not taking no lie detector. So it's like, it's really
Take it with a grain of salt.
very convoluted story. Yeah.
And it feels like from whatever perspective, whatever documentaries you watch or interviews you watch, like it's like you said, it's very convoluted. Everything doesn't match up. It's interesting.
So the next thing I wanted to talk about, and this is what alluded to having you all about this theme, because somebody said they had, I think it was you, Shannon. So the topic I want to bring up next is people who've actually had some weird experiences while actually watching a sort of thriller or whatever it is.
Tom and I both did.
I'll give you an example. Just an example. You're watching a movie and you're all into it, and something falls off the wall at that moment, or the doorbell rang and you go to the door and there's no one there. It's just one of those coincidences or whatever it is, enough to freak you the fuck out, and made that not that scary movie the most frightening movie you ever seen in your life, because now you're associating what happened in real life with that movie and you kind of marry them together. So if you guys have any of those, I'm kind of curious what they are.
I think we all do, right?
All right, well, let's hear it. Let's go with, who wants to go first? Raise your hand.
I
Oh no, you son of
I
a
don't care.
bitches.
I'll go. It's fine.
Yes,
So
please.
Ryan's best friend and his brother and stuff. So when we lived in Lancaster in California, his friend Josh's house, like we would go over there all the time, hang out. We've done movie nights, game nights, parties, everything there. Their house was haunted, and this bitch was violent. Okay. And I don't mean like knock shit on the walls and do this. Like, we would be watching a movie and all of a sudden there would be, if you saw a slasher part come down, you would have slash marks like across your leg, which is what happened to me. The brother, he fell asleep and woke up and his back looked like he just got fucking raked. No girl was with him. Nothing like that happened. Just, she was a mean, cranky little ghost.
Maybe she was
She was
Mexican.
very, very violent, and nobody could know why. But like, we were watching a movie, and all of a sudden, like, it was a slasher movie, and I don't remember which one, because Lord knows back then, like, we watched a lot of them. I want to say House of Wax, because Ryan always used to get creeped out with that movie.
Oh yeah, I mean it is. It's kind of.
I mean,
Yeah.
because he hates like the wax with the peeling, like it just.
Yeah.
And I get it; it's kind of gross. Something happened, and all of a sudden, like I just had 3 slices across my leg, like I
You
had
had
just been
like 3 welts. Like they started welting
Oh no,
up.
not welts. They were bleeding.
Oh, that's
And it
nice.
wasn't anything you did to yourself or accidentally or.
Nope. I just looked down and like yelled, and we put a towel on it, and I was just like, "Fucking bitch, what did I do to you?" Like, I've sat here.
I just
Interesting.
my own business.
I was like, I've done nothing. Leave me
Huh.
alone.
Oh man.
What now? The funny thing is, because since it happened to you, it's very hard for someone like, I'm going to say Tom, to try to dispute that and go, "Well, that didn't happen, Shannon." You're like, "But I was there. It happened to me."
Yeah.
And I
I don't know
never
what
did
to tell
any
you.
kind of hallucinogenic drugs, so it wasn't that.
And some people have zero to gain by sounding crazy
Dude,
to others. So why would you?
It was just weird. Like, I mean, you have the normal ones where like you're watching a scary movie and like thunder hits and the picture falls off the wall and you get like a double jump. Like, I understand that. I was watching Twister in Florida, or not Twister. We were living in Florida and we were watching a movie. I was babysitting. There was 4 of us in the living room and a fucking hurricane hit. Like, it's just random shit happens and you're like,
Nope.
what? Like, why? Why is this happening? But
Well,
that one, she was just mean.
Well, it was probably because, like I said, it was probably a Latin mom or doesn't like other women and,
You know
that kind of
what?
stuff.
That's very fucking possible.
Oh, I know. I live with, anyways. So, who wants to go next? Tom or
There's
Mandy?
no modern ghosts. Don't we all know that ghosts only are from the Victorian era? That's all there
Ah,
I mean,
well,
that's all I've
Yeah,
dealt
but
with.
they don't
is. Like,
go
there's no
away.
caveman ghosts, right? Like, this is
They
What
don't go
exactly
away.
says shit?
everything
They're
is from
ghosts
this
for
one
a
pipe.
purpose.
Oh, I don't know. I should have seen my ex. So listen, why don't we go with Mandy? Why don't you go next?
Okay. So I've dealt with a lot of crazy supernatural stuff, and we weren't raised to believe in that. So it was very like we were anti-supernatural. So to experience it and with multiple people, it then changed my perception on things. But funny enough, this has nothing to do with ghosts. I had a group of girls and We were watching Final Destination, the first one, which is more psychological horror, I think, than just the gore. And we've kind of talked about that. So we paused it because back then you could.
Purple too.
We had rented the movie and we
Oh, I
paused
remember
it. It was
this
my
before.
first time seeing it, so I didn't have anything to compare it to. Definitely for me, like the first psychological, like really traumatized me. So we pause it, and before the part that comes up with the teacher, spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, there's a teacher who is in the kitchen, and it has to
Mhm.
do with like a kitchen washcloth and some
Uh-huh.
and a butcher the knife
Mhm.
block, that
Mhm.
scene. So we hadn't even seen that part yet. I went to go make popcorn for the girls. So me and two other girls out of like the 5 or 6 that were there, we go into my little kitchen and I start making popcorn. And for whatever reason, I tossed the freaking washcloth because I had made a mess. I'm very clumsy. And I tossed it on top of our butcher's block, and it had actually fallen. And midway, I like caught the biggest knife in my hand because back then I could see and had really good reflexes. So I was like, well, that was really scary. And then I was like, that could have landed on one of our feet. And then so then we go and get our popcorn, we go back and go watch the movie. And literally within like
Oh.
7 minutes is that scene.
That
And I
scene.
was, and everyone just looks at me and I was like, yeah, that's scary. Don't like that. Don't like that. Don't like that. That could have happened to me. And the two girls who were in the kitchen were like, because they were just bragging to the other girls in the living room. They're like, dude, she literally just caught a knife like midair, like perfectly.
Yeah. Well,
And then we
I,
watched that scene. It was
I
scary.
I gotta say, for the record, my ex-wife was not looking like a caveman. I have to say that because in case she watches it. Not that
Yeah,
she ever
ghosts
will.
ghosts only exist
You
from like
called her
the
Voldemort. I don't think she
the
cares.
30s backwards. There's nothing else. Yeah.
So, do you have a story,
Says
Tom?
you.
No, I don't really. I don't.
Well,
I
you
don't
did
even-
rearrange your whole fucking bedroom, so that kind of
Yeah.
I
That's
mean,
well, but that's not a supernatural like thing that happened. You know, I've been affected by things, but I haven't had like I'm watching The Exorcist and like you know the statue appears in my bedroom or anything like that's
thank
doesn't happen.
God.
But
That'd be fucking
because for me,
creepy.
I don't subscribe to ghosts and all that kind of
Mm.
stuff, but
Mhm.
only because I've not had an experience. So
Mm.
Makes
the
sense.
only thing that I've ever had happen in that context is when this is back many years ago when I was still married, we had dogs, we had big mastiffs. That's where Big Dog Inc. comes from. And so they both died within a year of each other. So one died, and then a year later, the other one died. And so we didn't have any dogs. And so my wife was like, well, you know, I'd like to get another one. And I was like, I don't know, man, we've had these for a long time. You know what a hassle these things are. I'm traveling all the time, like, you know, whatever. And she was like, well, I know these guys, they have these dogs, they're puppies or whatever. And can we go look at them? I'm like, all right, fine. So we go, we take the trip and we go see the dogs. So there's like 4 puppies. And one of them is the one that we're supposed to get if we want to get it. And we're messing around with them, and you know, here's the dog and whatever, and they're doing their thing, and then we all go to talk to the dog breeder, and I don't really care. I'm just in my own world, so I'm just kind of watching the dogs because they're all over in the corner and they're just kind of like starting to pile up on each other to like take a nap. So she's talking to the breeder, and I'm looking at the puppies, and I'm like, all right, I guess we're going to take this one home. So I get my phone out and I take a picture of the 4 of them all just kind of all lumped together. So I'm like, it's a good picture. Click it. I look at my screen and my screen is like weird. It's like black, like, and there's like a white, something like a streak or something. And I was like, okay, that's weird. And so I immediately just like clicked again, like seconds later, click again, and it was fine. So I was like, all right. So I swipe back to the previous picture, and the picture is almost all black with like what ghost people would call an orb going
Mhm.
across the screen.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Did it have
I
color to it? Like, did
What-
it have a certain color?
it was really white. It was
Right.
very,
Interesting.
very intensely white with like
Yeah.
a streak behind it, like pew.
Interesting.
And so that I took at that point, I took that as that's the dog that just died, Justice. I was like, that's Justice. She
Mhm.
told us it's okay to take this dog home right there. And I showed that to Kim. I was like, I don't know what just happened here. These are like 2 seconds apart, like click, what? Click, and they're fine. And so I just interpreted that as okay, that was Justice giving us the thumbs up, like that's the one. Go ahead and take that one home. So that's my only sort of like supernatural thing that's ever happened to me.
That's
Because
cute.
it's not like you move the camera real fast,
No.
right? To kind of create that.
I just
blurry
went
effect.
like I'd used the camera many times. I went click and it was black,
It-
and then I went click again and it was fine.
well,
wild.
once again, right? If you blurry has the picture and it's blurred,
Mhm.
but to have an all black screen with the white streak makes no sense whatsoever.
Exactly.
I'm-
yeah.
It you know, there's some stuff.
It
that
wasn't
you just
even
can't-
white across the dogs. It was just dark screen, orb, and then click again, and everything was fine.
Yeah, that's wild.
That's wild. That is wild
Love
because
stuff like that.
it's so, and yet you're still not a believer, right, Tom?
I'm what I would call a skeptic. But
You don't
again,
believe
I mean,
everything. You don't believe
I'm-
everything, right?
I'm open to it,
Mhm.
Oh,
right?
okay.
And that's why, like,
Right.
you know, all these people that do like ghost hunting shows and stuff, I'm like, everything you're showing me can be set up. Like
Mhm.
everything.
It
Why am
is
I
tough.
watching this,
It
right?
is tough.
I'm
It
not
is tough.
I'm
I
not going to
still-
discount it. I'm not going to say no, it didn't happen, but like literally in this world, all of this can be set up. So
So
it's real, so for me, it's like I'm open to it, but it
Mhm.
needs to actually genuinely happen for me to be like,
Mhm.
oh, that happened. And so I have this story with the orb, because I watch this stuff. I do watch like ghost stories and stuff because I find it interesting. And I'd heard about the orbs and I'd seen like videos of it or whatever. That's why I knew what that was immediately. I was like, yo, that's really crazy because I've seen these shows about the orbs.
Yeah.
And that was that.
What,
yeah.
what are the things I have? And my wife gets kind of pissed off at me about is, and I do believe in the supernatural, ghosts, and all that stuff. The one thing that I have, and I'm very hard, it's hard to convince me, is possessions. For some reason, possessions and me, because a possession could be a really damn good actor, you know, and it really can be false. Now, unless I was there in the room and that person levitated 4 feet or was crawling on the wall, then I can say, hot diggity, this shit's real.
You're not
But-
Constantine. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, right. But it's hard for me to go like, that's kind of real. But at the same time, to what Tom just said, and I watch all those ghost shows. Yes, it's very tough. It can be 100% faked.
Yep.
We're not
I
all
believe in
there.
ghosts, and it's hard for me to believe most of it. I'm like,
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's like Tom. Well, at least Tom's open to it. I really thought Tom was gonna be like, you know, you're a bunch of kooks, you know, that you guys believe in ghosts and all that stuff. But it unless it happens to you or you know somebody who has no reason to lie to you about an
Right.
experience they had, like Shannon, for
Jay,
example.
stop yelling, dude.
Yeah, like for example, see, she's possessed. You know, the thing is that like Shannon, when she told us about her scratches, she has no reason to make that shit up. So I'm going to believe my friend who says that. I mean, I'm going to take her word
Still
for
weird.
it. Now, if this is Shannon's first time on the show and she's telling us that story, I'll be like, all right.
yeah,
You know,
Sure, Shannon.
2 years later,
Yeah.
I'm still here.
you know, we don't know you from Adam, and you recommended to us from a friend to a friend to a friend. We don't know if you're just making shit up. But if
Yeah.
Tom, like for example, if Tom like the one with the orb. I would believe Tom. Tom has no reason to make shit up like that.
I have the pictures
if-
too, and I can
So
cool. show them to people. Like it's
Man, if
I-
I was
like,
gonna make
I
something
never
up,
took
it'd
'em
be
off
a
my
whole
phone.
lot better than that.
yeah, right.
Right?
With
Like-
my imagination, oh come
My
on.
dog came to me in an orb. Like, yeah, that's
His face followed you in an orb, right? He started talking to you.
It's funny.
Do you guys still and let's go off topic. Who has the balls here other than me and Tom, literally, to wander into a cemetery at night?
Oh, I've done it. It's one of the
problem.
quietest places I've ever been to.
Okay, so you've done it. No problem. Tom, you would go in a heartbeat by yourself at night?
no. But not because of ghosts, just because of fucking crazy real people that hang out in places like that.
It's true.
That's the problem.
Real
Like,
people is what you gotta be.
Yeah, you could just wander around and be like, all right, like cool architecture and whatever, and then some
Right.
lunatics like, what the fuck are you doing here? Like,
'Cause
no,
they
what are
do
you doing
camp out
here?
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just kind of curious, Mandy and Shannon, since you both raised your hands. When you went by yourselves?
I've been by
Why?
myself. Most of the time it was a group because our cemetery was next to our park. We used
But
to go
why?
We used to go car surfing, okay?
Yeah. What the fuck did you just say?
Exactly. I'll tell you later.
Oh my God.
No, our cemetery was very like rolling hills kind of a cemetery. So we used to go car surfing and it was fun at night. And then we go walking around. It was very quiet. We never
But I'm
had any
talking about
issues.
solo though, not with the group of people.
Solo, it was just nearby one of the houses that I was at, and it was a shortcut. It was very quiet. There was nothing. I'm very intuitive, and I didn't pick up on anything.
And what
so-
about you, Shannon? Why were you doing there by yourself?
Peaceful. It's sometimes I like to go like if I had friends that were buried there or anything. It was just
Okay,
a way
so
of
we'd just
doing
go.
it without the noise around me, without the crowd. It was just more of a peaceful way to be able to like talk to that person and just, if I had something to say, if I had something to get out, I didn't have to worry about other people overhearing or walking up or anything like that. Like my feelings were with them and that was it. Like just a relaxing way. Now, have I been freaked out on them before? Yeah. But then there's times where it's just been very peaceful, very quiet.
How much of this is us freaking ourselves out within our own self?
Well, me being freaked out was because like you would hear noises and turn around and see people walking in the shadows and stuff. So there was people there, so it would just creep me out. Other parts, I mean, it depends. It depends on if you have a trigger that makes you.
Would you go ahead?
Oh, I was just gonna say I was desensitized to it because our daycare literally backed up to a Japanese in Hawaii, a Japanese cemetery. And I thought it was beautiful, and they had some of the most beautiful like tombstones and engravings. So it wasn't weird to us. It was just there. And we also went to Punch Bowl, which is a veteran cemetery in
Yep.
Hawaii.
Yeah.
And my grandpa's buried there, and it was something that was always very honorable, very loving. And in my immediate family, we all do cremation. So for us, I mean, it's not like that was normal, but it was very beautiful. So for us, it wasn't a scary, eerie, creepy thing until I watched movies. And then it was like in the movies, it was supposed to be scary, but I was like, well, that's not how it actually is. Not for me.
It depends on the cemetery and like where you are.
Exactly.
the
I was in
cemetery
Hawaii
is,
and it was
yeah.
beautiful.
How old it is. I mean, I've been to them where they're just
Decrepit
fine,
or
gorgeous, everything is perfect, symmetrical, whatever. And then I've been to other ones where I'm just like,
scared.
headstones are falling apart because they're like 150 years old and the area is really old. And some people are like, because I lived in Arizona and a lot of the Indian burial grounds and stuff have very old cemeteries. They have very weird beliefs of like, you don't step on them, you're disrupting
Well, duh.
ground.
gotta
Like,
walk-
so it's hollow ground. You don't mess with it. You don't step. You don't disrupt it. So I never would like go in unless there was a reason to. So it's just
Would you guys go into and I guess Tom's answer is going to be no because of the real humans. So at this point,
Real
He's
humans
not-
are always the problem. Scooby Doo
Yes.
taught us all humans are the monsters.
They really
that is
do.
right.
Even
Nah.
camping, like humans are more the problem than anything. Like I'm more scared of a human than a squatch.
It is very, very true. Camping freaks me out a little bit.
I love camping.
I mean, I love it,
I-
but there's
I-
there's
You
a
know
human-
what? I got weapons around me. There's fire stuff and there's a gun somewhere, and you better believe I have a camping knife with me. So I know camping's fine with me. I got this.
Not for me because
Rope, good.
it's the nighttime for me that where
Oh, it's my favorite part.
no, it is for me until I'm sleeping and then I hear like twigs crack and all that shit, right? And you're like, well, it's either going to be a bear, an animal, or a very disheveled hobo, who's coming to sniff,
Or Jason. It's Jason. It's
Yeah.
Jason.
Or
your
it's- or
tent is like false sense of security for sure.
Fuck
I
the
went-
tent. We
I-
used to put bed in the back of the truck and just sleep on it.
I just
That's-
got triggered right now talking about Jason in the Woods because I just remembered we went on a
Oh, no.
we went on a trip to, I think it was, we were going to go look at like Haley's Comet came through or something, and
Mhm.
so they
Wasn't it
took
back in
us
the
all.
80s?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Yeah. So they took us all up into the woods, and because that's where you got away from the city lights, right?
Yeah.
And so that's where you could see the stuff. But then we stayed the night while we were there, and we were all in like these campground like bunk beds in the fucking forest. And I'm sitting there looking out at night like this is Crystal Lake right now. Like this
Yes.
is everywhere I look, this is Crystal Lake. And I freaked out when we were on that trip. Yeah, I had not thought about that for a long time.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. We have the tendency to freak our own. We freak
Totally,
ourselves
100%.
out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I'm not a fan. I have two things, especially matter of fact, the older I get, I can't, and we talked about it back when Dana was on the show, because her backyard is like a forest. I would not feel comfortable living with the forest behind me, with
Oh my
no
God,
fence,
I
no
want,
nothing.
I want land with a forest behind me.
I don't, because I can't see. I can't see, right?
Yeah.
And it's too dark. And
It's the
in
same
my
as like having cornfields all around you.
Oh.
right,
It's
so
too
in
dense. Yeah.
my imagination, I
Yeah.
see someone behind that tree stump, kind of looking at you.
Yeah.
That's me psyching myself out.
Or
And
the
the same thing
Sasquatch
of
or the monsters
well,
that live in
fuck
there.
fuck
Or the
Sasquatch.
serial killer. They hide behind trees too. Like
And the other one is the sea, the Black Sea. Just
oh yeah.
nothing but
Yeah, the
water.
ocean at night is
Just
horrific.
the ocean at night when you just on
It's
a
'cause-
boat and you look out and it's just black with no moonlight, nothing. It's just black.
It's
And
because
they
we're
say-
this big on the food chain in the middle of a Black Sea.
Well,
like, we
especially
know
when you
we
start,
have
especially when you
zero-
hear flapping stuff in the water, as if there's no fucking fish or anything like that. No, it's a merman. He's gonna, whatever it is. But what I'm saying is, it's the unknown. That's what freaks us out.
Yeah, yeah.
What lies behind the cornfield, the forest, in the ocean, and there's nothing around you but just you. That's the kind of shit right there that freaks me out, and not because of a monster, just because of, like you said, Tom, it's the humans, right? Because it's a real
Not in
human.
the
who's-
ocean. It's not.
well,
I mean, no.
In the middle of the ocean, it's those cold.
There's pirates out there. There's
Bulls.
pirates.
there's piratas. There's a lot of piratas out there. You want to stay away from those guys, especially if they're Somalian. So this is the thing is that we have this fear, and we carry it with it. We carry it with us. We could be in our 70s, and yet we still remember to Tom when he was 9 watching The Exorcist. And there's something about that deep emotion, and no matter how old you are, that still gives you the goosebumps. That's still, because it's funny how strong our mind is, that plays tricks on us, that could allow us to go back in time in milliseconds to that very moment when you got freaked out when you watched that movie, when you saw when you saw that thing happen when you were a kid.
Mhm.
you realize how vivid your memory can be, even though we don't remember things and they start to fleet as when we older we get. But boy, oh boy, when we like Tom right now, when he goes, Jesus, I haven't thought about that forest in ages till now. And I bet
That's
you
cool.
it's extremely clear to Tom what he just saw. Right. It's like
I can see the forest right now. I can see where the light was shining from the other building. Like I can see it right now. Yeah, 100%.
It's our
Yeah.
head movies.
Yeah.
It's and there's nothing scarier than memories. Right. And let's be honest. And I'm saying there's good memories, and boy oh boy, is there some bad memories. And those it's funny how those bad memories sometimes can be so much clearer than the good ones, because for some reason we hold on to them, whether we like it or not. And that's why you have those people who are like perfectly fine, then they see something, and I'm like, just like Tom, you're like, oh heavens, I got the chills, and I it's weird. It's weird.
Trauma impression.
Oh, well,
Trauma
it's
impression lasts in you because it's a trigger. So all you need is a trigger for it to come back that vividly in your brain, like it's a smack in your face. It's just like wham. Whereas in other things, you'll remember bits and pieces here and there, whatever. But like when you have something traumatic that sticks with you, all it takes is a trigger, and you're like, damn.
Well, I just wish I remember when I had hair. The funny thing is too is that movies have progressed so much that back in the old days,
Yep.
people would get scared watching The Wolfman, with Lon
Well,
Chaney
Yeah.
Jr.
it's not even that like the content has progressed. It's the quantity that's progressed. And
Yeah.
we're just inundated with everything now, whether it's action or horror or comedy or whatever. There's just too much. And so none of it has. That's why that really is why the theaters are struggling, is because there's just too much content. Well, even just challenging against YouTube and things like that. Like there's just too much to absorb. And so why would I go to the theater and pay $15 for a movie when Amazon has 8 million movies that I can watch at home? And I don't, you know what I mean? So that's why the blockbusters still blockbuster, but everything else just kind of,
Well, yeah, and the going from having like 1 or 2 movies come out a week or a month, we have 50.
Yeah.
And it's all fucking
Yeah,
repetitive.
it is true. We're talking about an age when people used to dress up to the nines wearing a suit and a hat, and the women would wear their pearls to go to the movies
Yeah.
because it was a luxury. It was something you
Yeah.
do on a Saturday night. You take your best girl and you're gonna go watch The Wolfman, or you're gonna go watch,
And it
Dracula.
went from, you're right. And it went from being that luxury to becoming sort of like larger entertainment. 70s and 80s, it became, that's where franchises really started happening, things like that. But then, and well, to your point, audiences got way more sophisticated from Wolfman to Texas Chainsaw Massacre to, Nightmare on Elm Street, whatever. We got more sophisticated. We had to get better effects. We had to get better actors. We had to get better stuff. But there's a point of like, you can't go higher anymore. It's like we have the best story. We've had the best stories. We've had the best actors. There's only now Tetrising those pieces to make something new, right? And so for us, we've all seen all this stuff for the most part. And so it comes back to making stuff for the new audience, but the new audience doesn't care. New audience has a phone. New audience is on TikTok. New audience is making their own movies with their phone, right?
Yeah.
So it's we're in this bizarre world now where the nobodies are trying to be stars on their phone rather than I want to go see Robert Englund as Freddy. Like they don't have that connection. Like we came up with that connection now.
What changed in my eyes, what changed the movie sensation was the introduction of VCRs, right? So when your mom and pop the movie rentals popped up, now you start having those people going, I'll just wait for it to come out on VHS. right?
Mhm.
And I'm gonna go buy it or rent it or whatever it is.
Yeah, but
you
that
know?
didn't. But that's. But that you're not wrong. But the 80s and the 90s were massive, massive movie moments, movie theater
Blockbusters.
moments.
Yes.
Like just
Sure.
everything that
Sure.
happened in the 80s and 90s, we still use as comics and remakes.
Plus,
and so on.
plus, it took 700 years for a movie to come out to hit VHS.
Yeah, it took a long time.
It took a
Yeah.
long as time.
Same with like when HBO started, people were like, "Oh, HBO, like
Right.
that's going to kill the movie thing." It didn't at all.
No, because
So
it took forever for it.
something, so something in like the 2000s into the 2000 teens, something there is what killed the experience. And what's the answer to that? Social media, YouTube type of stuff, all that type of thing. The people that used to go to the movies are now trying to make themselves the movies.
And plus, every single movie now, it's very hard for people to come up with an original concept of a movie
Oh my
because it's
God,
already been
yes.
made. It's
Sure.
already been made
Yep.
sometime in the past. So now, whenever you see a movie, you're like, "Oh, that looks good," and then when you watch, you're like, "Wait a minute, they just ripped that off from that movie that came out in 1978." And they just got it and they just kind of twisted it and let it more modern. But they're not going to give credit to that movie from 1978, right?
I don't
So
know.
that's
To
why
Catch a
it's
Killer was a pretty original concept of how to do a movie
Mhm.
that
I
I've
still-
seen in a while.
but that's why it's very hard to come up with the movie on the top of your head that go, well, that was original, right?
Mhm.
And if you're saying that now, most likely it's already been remade
Mhm.
to a point, right? It's very hard to say I like this movie because I have yet to see a remake of it or even be. I'm going to give an example. I mentioned it earlier. If you haven't seen Memento, I mean that movie's nuts.
So
It's
good.
it's kind of an interesting concept, and it's like I don't think I've seen that before, and those kind of movies are harder and harder to come by because everyone's like, oh, I'm just gonna grab that movie from that movie from 1972, and then I'm gonna sprinkle that movie from 68, and then I'm gonna get that concept from 1955. No one's gonna remember that far back, right? And then I'm gonna mesh it all together. Then you have someone like Tom going, that's that movie from 1955 and 1972 and 1968.
Yeah, I get real bad news for you guys about Raiders of the Lost Ark because that shit is plagiarized.
Oh
from,
yeah.
like all the way through.
Can I just say that for like Halloween that we need to give Tom a gavel?
He's gonna rule it. Is that what it is?
I want there to be a gavel.
But see,
So-
here's the thing. Here's where I come. You're not wrong about any of
I'll
that.
send one.
But for me, I'm less concerned about hyper originality and just good execution of the idea.
I agree.
Right?
Yeah, I agree.
Now, when it's a
I agree with
remake,
that.
like a direct remake, like, hey, we're remaking the Black Hole or whatever, right? Like
With
they're
serial
directly remaking something.
Yeah.
There's a difference. But if you're just like using concepts and, like you said, like kind of putting them together, if the execution of it works and I'm entertained through that execution,
You won't
I'm-
think about it.
I'm happy, right? You don't make me think about it because I'm just like, what am I
You're
looking
happy
at?
with
This is
it.
so much fun. Like this guy is great. This actor's cool. I love what they're doing. Like you don't make me think about it. The problem is when I'm bored, then I start thinking about it. Like, wait a
You start
minute.
to
What
you're
what is-
dissecting.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. When you like something, it's very hard for you to you like it and you really leave the theater or your fucking living room and going, yeah, it was pretty fun. I like that. And then boom, done, you're out. But when you really are bored, you're like, I'm gonna watch this again. Right. I haven't seen this from 1988. And you rewatch, you're like, boy, this part sucked and this part sucked, and I never realized how this looked, and that looks so bad, and blah 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 blah. You
It's-
really start to dissect.
It's one of the interesting things about the stuff that has stuck with us now. Like I said, it's all 40 and 50 years old that we still go back to. We have watched Halloween, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street. We've watched all the documentaries. We've listened to all the directors talk about Jaws at nauseum, and we still love what it was. Why? Because the execution of the movie was good. Whether it was a like truly good movie or just a moment in time or whatever, the execution of it was good, and we are engaged in what it is, and we want to know more. And then when they produce some piece of shit sequel, we tell them, you just made a piece of shit sequel right there. And we have no problem doing that. But yeah, it's really amazing, all of the things that Hollywood is like, well, they liked the Ghostbusters 40 years ago. Why don't we do it again? But they don't have the understanding of how to make it not what it was. Like the original, like that Ghostbusters Afterlife. I think that was the first one they did.
Yeah.
It's such a direct pull from the original.
Yeah.
So much of it, right to the point where when the girl turns into the gatekeeper, she's even wearing the same dress and stuff. I'm like,
Yeah.
God, like it's an okay movie, but it was
It's
too
lazy.
derivative. Too derivative.
I never saw it. I never saw Afterlife. Actually,
I
it's
won't watch
okay.
them because like I can't. Just let me stick to my first two original ones. I'm good.
Well, that's the thing, right? It's like with this Superman movie, right? There's
Oh.
an interesting point came up. I was watching a podcast with these guys they're called the Escape Pod is their podcast. They talk about movies all the time, and they had a guest on there who raised a really interesting point. He was like, okay, so they hate Man of Steel. The one dude just hates Man of Steel.
Wow, that's a
And
good movie.
but they both liked the new Superman movie. And so the guy came on and he said, okay, in hindsight now that you have this Superman that you like, in hindsight, is Man of Steel now better because you have these sort of alternate versions and you can kind of look at it as like an Elseworlds type of thing? Like here's a version of Superman, here's a version of Superman, whatever. And the one guy really thought that was a great question. And I did too, until I thought about it for 8 seconds. And I was like, no, it doesn't make this any better because we already had real Superman with the Christopher Reeve stuff. And if we chose to just go watch that, that's all we had to do, which we know that this is a piece of shit movie. And having a new James Gunn version doesn't change the fact that Man of Steel is a fucking terrible movie. So,
Oh, fuck you.
terrible fucking movie.
Man of Steel is
Terrible.
great. That's one of my top.
movie.
That's one of my top 10. I love Man of Steel.
I'm going to destroy it for you right now. I'm going to destroy it. It's a fucking terrible movie.
I
Oh my God.
enjoyed. And this is the fun part about opinions. Fuck you, and fuck you. I mean, I liked. I like the stuff, and then once again, all right. Well, off topic. So So as we're closing into the show, we have about I don't know, about 20 minutes.
if
what-
I make it.
What's the? And I'm going to ask you just what is that ultimate horror movie? And I'm going to ask each one of you, what's the horror movie in your mind that you would love to see a remake of? With today's technology, with today's obviously special effects, and maybe the
Exactly the
writers and all
same,
that stuff.
just updated.
Let's go with. I'm going to leave it up to you. You could do a scene by scene
Oh shit.
with obviously better special effects, the CGI, whatever the fuck you want to call it, or the same concept, but you're okay with them twisting it a little. And Ryan's hat could talk too if he wants.
Ryan doesn't
What?
watch horror
I don't
movies.
watch horror movies.
Oh, that's right. Forgot.
Just
You got me
kidding.
at Monster Squad. That's about it.
I know the Monster Squad. This
That's
guy.
not true. He'll watch some of the Halloweens and some of the
Oh.
Screams, and he's fine.
I close my eyes.
He closes
So
his
Hackett
eyes on
slaps? Does he
'Cause
like
he-
ghost stuff?
Because he goes beep in his pants. That's why.
I don't like gore.
He doesn't like the gore.
I
Yeah,
understand.
I'm not
He
a
doesn't.
big
I
fan of
like
it either.
hack and slash. He does not.
No
Yeah,
one's
I get it.
surprised by that, Shannon.
That's
No
why
one.
me and
Just
so. What do you guys thought? What do you got? Who wants to go first?
Not me. I'm still thinking.
I know. I'm like,
Well, yeah, go ahead if you've got something. I had a thought, but I don't like my thought anymore because I don't want,
We've got to an all-time low. Tom hates everything, including himself,
including my thought. Yeah,
including your thoughts. Yeah.
it's a bad idea. It's just a bad idea. Well, because I love The Howling, and I would kind of
Oh, I
love
like
to
that
see
movie.
The Howling
That's a
sort
good
of
one.
be made modern, but I just
Would you want
I
it
know-
shot by shot?
I know I would. It doesn't have to be shot by shot, but I would take the story, like the same story. Just take the same story and then film it however you want to film it. But I know they would fuck it up. Like I know they would find a way to fuck it up. And I think that's really the big problem with like it's like I'm a huge Halloween fan and I hated the Raw Zombie stuff and I hated the stuff that they just did this last trilogy. Like is garbage, absolutely garbage stuff.
because they made like so that's what I agree with you on that, because the last 3 Halloween movies they did, they over dramatized him so much. I'm like, he was not that much of like, he was not the person that stabbed you 17 times.
Right. He only needed
Is it-
one time.
He just did it.
Is it?
He was a quiet killer.
Is it the writing? Is it the writing?
Yeah, because I
I
mean
think
they
they
were
were just
they were
trying to
filmed all
appeal
right. I mean the
to-
visuals were okay, but the
Is it the
writing of
acting?
is-
I think they were just trying to appeal. They're
the
trying
acting
to
is
appeal
terrible.
to like kids,
Yes.
kids, like my
Yes.
kids' age. Like they're doing it to their era, not to
Correct.
ours anymore. So
Yeah.
it loses.
But like in the second movie alone, dumbass guy dropping "Evil dies tonight" like 27 times. Evil dies tonight. Evil dies tonight. Evil dies tonight. I'm just like, this is bad writing. This is really legitimately bad writing.
It's
And
yeah.
then the third one, Michael was barely even in it. They like filmed a movie and then they were like,
that's
oh
the
shit,
witch
no,
one.
the of this new trilogy stuff, the remake trilogy.
Oh.
He was
Um,
hardly in it.
They
Well,
were
that's
like, oh
because it
shit, we
was
made this
his-
movie and Michael's
his
not in it.
essence
Like we
was
got to
in
film
it.
some Michael stuff. It was so anticlimactic.
That's because it was Michael's essence
Fuck
in that kid,
Fuck that.
which was
Stupid.
Essence. That's
Stupid.
what we're getting away with in movies.
Stupid.
I mean, they say it.
Yeah. It's
It's
really
so
dumb.
stupid.
It's really
So
so yes, it is writing. It
I
is
was not-
partially acting in some cases. I did not really care for any of the actors in that trilogy stuff. But I didn't like the Rob Zombie stuff either. So
I
I think Rob Zombie just liked to take it to a whole new level, and like
Rob
any of his
Zombie
movies
doesn't
are
do
just out
anything
there.
but drop F bombs and fuck you bombs and here's
Fuck
some
you
gore. That's
The
it. That's all he
gore- the
does.
gore is
I have
awful.
never watched a Rob Zombie movie. I've seen most of them now, just because I'm like, okay, show it to me. I've not seen a
Yeah.
Rob Zombie movie of
The House of a
any
Thousand
kind.
Corpses is just.
I don't like any of it. I don't like any of it. None of it resonates. And it's all the same because it's like I said, it's all literally the same. It's hey, fuck you, hey, stick a dick in your ass. Like it's just like this is
So wait a
You're like,
minute.
this isn't what I
somebody
watched.
help him write,
Hold-
please.
Hold on. What movie is this again? Because I want to.
It's called Brokeback Mountain.
Nails it.
Not that there's anything wrong with it. So this is the thing, everybody. So okay. So the Howling. What about Silver Bullet? Would you rather do Silver Bullet? Kind of.
Silver Bullet was a super cornball movie, so it could be
was.
leveled up. It could be leveled
I
up.
just watched it and I was like, this needs to be redone.
But it's very of its time again.
Exactly.
It just is
Well,
what
like-
it is.
Well,
But
I give
yes.
the girls more time to think about it. Tom, is the Howling the one where it's like a campsite or
Yes.
a sect, like a sect of werewolves?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
all
Yeah,
right.
they're
I just
it's a
wasn't sure.
group of werewolves who are trying to learn to treat being a werewolf as a gift, trying to deal with the duality of their personalities and so on.
Hmm.
Dee Wallace, who plays Karen, the only Karen
Sleepy Hollow.
that's
Who's
ever
not
good.
a
'Cause we have
kid.
one good Karen.
Yeah, one.
Yeah, one good Karen. So she gets bitten by a wolf, and then she turns into a werewolf at the end, and they shoot her on live TV.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I saw that. I remember. Okay, I remember that. She was a news anchor, wasn't she, or something like that?
Yeah.
Right.
yeah.
Okay. Good. We're
Sleepy
thinking about the same
Hollow.
movie.
Ooh, I just
Sleepy
watched that one.
Hollow, the Johnny Depp one.
I like some of the acting in it. I like the idea of the story behind it, but I think they could elevate it more especially with technology nowadays. Like, I just think they could make it such a badass movie. They need to shift some of the story a little bit because it's kind of boring in parts, but I think that would be a cool one.
That
So
would be
you-
cool.
Maybe not my number one, but like one that comes to mind, and it keeps coming to my mind. So I'm like, that has to be one in my brain.
I agree.
Good.
I just watched it last night and thought that. I
So
was like, this could be
Christopher
cool.
Walken didn't sell you. Was the Hollow. So how about you, Mandy?
I
Tell
like
me.
that.
So I don't come for me, but I didn't like the remake of the movie The Thing with Kurt Russell. And I love the original. So it'd be fun to see if they could redo it without making it so hokey.
But that's the problem. It's like it's been redone once, and they're gonna go. That
was
wasn't
that
that great.
failure.
Let's
Oh,
redo
it's
it again.
redone multiple times again. Even there's like a Netflix.
There's multiples?
Yes.
I haven't seen the multiples, thank God.
Yeah.
You mean there's
I
been
just
another
think that's
remake
what I
from
thought
the
of.
last remake?
Yes.
No shit.
Really?
It's technically a prequel, but it's essentially the same movie.
Got
Is
it.
it called? Is it called
Well,
the
the thing.
Th?
It's called The Thing.
Oh,
Prometheus.
Called The Thing.
okay. I would just call it the Th. Okay, that's good. Thank you. I'll be here all week. So we can go all night when it comes to if you really want to start to cherry pick. Because
Yeah.
I'm curious, I'll throw some out there. Would you guys like to see a now I did save it and I saw the trailer for it. It's an old movie. I'm sorry, it's an old TV show on HBO. It's the new Salem's Lot, right? And
Yeah.
I thought to myself, okay, let's save it and watch later because I saw the trailer. And the whole time as I'm watching the trailer, I'm seeing flashbacks of the original that freaked me the fuck out when I was a kid.
Mhm.
It freaked me out because that was back then where you could have the contacts and they were like pale looking and they have the white eyes and
I
shit
love
like that. As a kid, that makes me pee my pants. As a matter of fact, that just came out a little bit, came out right now. Just thinking about that kid tapping at the window, floating there. Fuck you.
Yeah.
I saw that as a kid. Fuck all of you. If you
It's because
think
little
that,
kids are terrifying. It's a little
well,
much
especially when they're floating from a 2-story house, tapping the window to have you come in.
Isn't Salem's Lot on Netflix as a movie now?
Yeah, there's a remake.
It's
It's
Yeah,
not
there
Netflix,
is.
though, but there's a remake. Yeah.
it is a remake. It's
I think
an
it's
HBO.
on like HBO. Yeah, HBO.
It's on Max.
Oh no, it's on Netflix.
Oh, it's on Netflix.
Yeah.
Well, I thought it was I don't know if it's a movie or a TV show, or I don't know if it was a
No,
series,
it's a
but either
movie.
way.
It's a
Okay.
movie.
So I'm assuming you saw it, Tom.
I saw the remake. I lasted 20 minutes and I turned it off.
I watched it a few times. Murat didn't like it, but I liked it.
I didn't like
Ken
the
liked it.
original either. I was.
Oh, you
Oh, you
didn't
did
like
it.
the
I
original.
was not
it too-
game on the original.
Too slow for you?
It must have been because I barely remember it. I do remember sort of like that moment, like the thing, but the whole thing was just like this is not for me.
I
So
watched
I
the
finally-
Rob Lowe series. Did you guys watch that one?
The what?
With Rob Lowe, the little mini TV series they had about it. It was a remake, but it had Rob
Of
Lowe.
what?
Of
Salem's Lot?
yeah.
That sounds
Nope.
stupid. What's wrong with you, man? So this is the thing.
What was available in the 90s? What do you
What-
want from me?
I just saw the trailer for the first time. Welcome to Derry. Right.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Yeah.
And,
I'm
and I gotta
excited.
tell you now, I for the first time, I might be agreeing with Tom. I saw the trailer and I was like,
Mhm.
I don't know. It didn't like, oh, this looks interesting. It was very underwhelming for me. I don't know if it's because enough of the It thing. I mean, the
They don't
original
want
one.
to reveal too much of it. I watched the first release trailer and I was like, this looks boring as shit. And then I watched the second one and then I watched like the making of, and then I was like, okay, this looks better. I think they don't want to release him too much.
But
in the
is this going dating back to like when he first landed in
Yeah,
Derry?
it's like prequel. Like it's way back in the day.
Last
Yeah.
thing I want
That's
is
the
more.
reason
It.
that. Yeah. That's
Oh,
the
I
reason
love
I'm
it.
interested
It's so
I want to
terrible.
see. I want to see
Okay,
how
it scares me.
came to be.
I get it. I like me some origin stories,
Here would be the question, though.
but it's gotta be good.
I'm assuming you all like it.
I like the original.
I like
Yeah.
it because it scares clowns scare me.
So you're fairly confident. So that's a thing. Yeah.
That's
But,
why.
well, if you liked it, here's the question: do you care? Does it really matter the origin of this monster, or is it better as it's just a monster? We have to deal with it. Here it is.
Well, I guess that depends on how
Probably.
invested you are in it. Like some movies, people are like, I'm gonna watch. Now with the they did that, and then they did the sequels of it, which everybody's older, but it still comes
Right,
around. So
right.
now you have to have the prequel to tell the story of how. I am more interested of how as opposed to the sequel, but that's just a personal thing. Like I'm curious as to how. It's not that it would matter. It's just a curiosity thing at that point for me. Like I'm curious to be like, how did he come to
Right.
be it?
But
And
then,
They
like,
don't have the
but then
kid
when-
cast
but
nailed
then do
down.
we end up with? Is it not? How do I say this? Is it not more likely that we end up with Star Wars prequels that no one's happy with? Do you know what I mean? Like they're trying to do
Shut your
something
mouth.
that they don't need to do, right? You know what I mean?
he said,
You
"You
shut your mouth.
Scariest horror movie is Monsters Inc.
Fucking Daniel.
Mike Wazowski.
Because when we do prequels and we do origin stories, history tells us that they're often rejected or just not even good.
It depends
True.
on the horror story and how it's done. If you do it right, it's gonna.
Oh,
be
I'm not
good.
saying it can't be done right, but I'm saying
What's-
history has told us that these guys sort of don't know what the fuck they're doing when they make. these
Okay,
types of
in that
stories.
case, what's a good prequel? What's a good prequel movie?
Okay, I'm going to give you the weirdest answer. Okay,
Oh boy.
I
but
cannot
it's
wait.
but it's real. The best
Okay.
prequel movie ever made is Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, because it takes place before Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Okay, let me see.
It takes place like 2 years before Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Okay,
Okay.
I'm 50. I'm
It is
53.
a sequel. It is a sequel,
Yeah, but,
but it
we
takes
haven't
place
watched
before
them
Raiders.
enough to recently
Hold
to be
hold
like,
the phone.
you're right, you're wrong. Hold the phone. He's gonna go watch it.
I hold the phone. So I got gray in my beard, and you're trying to tell me I'm just finding out right now
Yes,
the Temple's Doom is 2 years prior to the first Raiders.
yes.
I didn't know that.
I didn't either
I-
until recently. Yeah.
Holy shit, my mind is blown. Tom, you were on the show for a good reason. This you just did right now. Other than that, it was all bullshit. But until this moment, this was the moment you were meant to be on the show to blow my mind with
Holy
some stupid nonsense. You son of a bitch! I
That's
can't believe
hilarious.
you just did that.
Oh my god, that's so
Wait a minute. Do they state that in the movie?
Yes,
How do we know?
because it shows it shows the years. Like so, when Raiders comes on, it's like whatever it was.
Uh-huh.
Same thing with that. It's like Shanghai, 19 whatever.
What the
I never
fuck?
do that. I feel so lied to right now.
Next thing you know, you're gonna tell me that Star Wars is the prequel to Empire Strikes Back. Get the fuck out of here. I mean, that's some crazy shit. You know what I would like to see? I would like to see a modern version of the same concept of the Creature of the Black Lagoon. Not the shit we've been seeing. I want to see like
You've
that
said that
con-
before.
It's called The Shape of Water.
I know. But
No.
I know. I get that. Thank you, Tom. But what I'm saying is, I would like to see the actual Creature of the Black Lagoon in a
It's-
fucking Black Lagoon, and
It is interesting that has never been remade after they did the 2 sequels. There's never been like another creature film since.
why is that?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Isn't that they could be remake
It feels
Frankenstein
very easy to
400
do.
times?
Yeah.
Dracula, Frankenstein, Wolfman, the Mummy, for fuck's
Right.
sake, but not the Creature from the Black Lagoon has yet to
Yeah.
be.
Maybe
It's
they
weird.
think it's not scary enough, especially. I don't
Oh,
know.
I think they could. I think
I
with
think
today's.
it could be.
I think with
think
today's
the-
movie score and the cinematography and the way you could do things with special effects, I think you could make it fucking creepy as shit.
It would take some
As-
good writing to execute.
As long as you don't show the creature in the fucking trailer,
Oh, yeah.
right? I see Tom furiously fucking his fingertips are on fire as he's typing away Creature
know.
of the Black Lagoon. Either that or it's porn. You know,
I
so
love
this
a
is the thing.
creature feature.
That's Shape of Water. Creature of the Black Lagoon and porn. It's Shape of Water. Keep telling you, it's Shape of Water. This is what you're looking for.
I didn't mind Shape of Water, to be honest. I didn't mind it. It was fine.
It's okay. It was a weird thing. It's fine.
If that it was right. This woman fell in love with the guy who's 10 times better looking than me.
I mean,
So
it was just a rip off of Splash from the 80s,
Oh God, Splash. All right. So, what a fucked up show this was, as always. I always tell people, come and come for the jokes, stay for the tomfoolery because it's ridiculous.
Come at your own risk.
We utter nonsense.
It's not tomfoolery. It's Tom fact drops, and I gave you one tonight. I gave you one that's going to keep you.
One.
It's going to keep you up for a week thinking about.
It's kind of
Tom's
funny.
like, I saved your life. I saved your life.
Because the last time Tom was here, he I was about to jump off my building because I was. Why don't they make a prequel to okay? I lost my train of thought. Thank you, Mandy.
Sorry.
No, well, fuck this. It was probably.
You were saying the last time I was here, I did something.
Oh, you did. You dropped some knowledge on the Jaws and that on the Jaws movie.
That was cool. Yeah.
Which I already forgot what it was, but you did drop some stuff because I was impressed at that moment, but I have no idea.
But it didn't last.
I think
it's not
the minute I dropped the deuce, I was like, "What did Tom just say?" I fucking have no idea what the hell he just said. That's good stuff. So, all right. So this is about that time when we go around and we start pimping everyone's wares. So that being said, we're gonna go with you, Mandy, because you're a man.
Yeah,
but you always pimp him. And
I do.
What you do.
Only because between now and the end of the year, I'm not going anywhere. Thank God. Right now he is in New York, and he will be at New York Comic-Con. So if you are there, go see Marat and ask him. If you go to his table, ask him for whatever special book there is, because I guess if you say something, there's some sort of special thing. I don't know.
Wow.
He didn't even tell me. It's like a top secret thing, word by mouth. So,
Here's your sign.
yeah, I was like, other than New York Comic-Con, at the Hot Flips booth for Marat, I'm just over here doing shipping.
Is he gonna be anywhere else after New York?
He may
He's going to the Clan McDonald opening, isn't he?
Oh, he is doing that. Sorry. Yes. I don't even know the date of that, honestly.
The
18th of is it November? October. So
Next week.
Clan McDonald's is having a grand opening of their store. It's amazing.
That's right.
It's huge. So yeah, if you're in Naperville, go visit them. They have lots of goodies.
What planet is that on?
I have no idea.
What's Naperville?
No, Naperville
Illinois.
is Illinois. Yeah.
Oh, okay. It
It's
sounded
like-
like something.
An
Is
hour
it out?
south of Chicago.
Okay.
babe?
I've only been once, so I don't know.
Sorry, like half an
Yeah.
hour south of Chicago.
Sounded like a town you would hear in a fucking bad '80s movie. All right,
It's
so now here we go.
beautiful.
All right.
Oh, my turn.
Yeah.
The hubby leaves to go to New York tomorrow. He'll be there he'll be home Monday morning. And then next weekend he'll be at Big Texas Comic Con with Tom and other people down in Houston. And then
San Antonio.
I'm sorry, San Antonio. Even worse.
You got that right.
I have feelings about San Antonio.
The fucking place that humidity fucking made my hair curl.
It's where I did boot camp, so I'm like,
Wow.
in November he will be in Milwaukee. Is that the only place you're gonna be?
Yep.
Yeah, he'll be in Milwaukee at GalaxyCon, and then in December he'll be in Columbus, which I may join him for that one. And then he's going to PCB Hobbies, and my niece is graduating college early, so we'll be there. Lots of traveling. Oh, and we may or may not be launching Con Artist 7 like
That's
this
exciting.
year.
Okay.
8's pretty much finished now, so we gotta launch it though.
Mm. Okay, well
and I
that's
should be
very
shipping
fun.
all that crap soon.
All right. There we go. Look at that. Go ahead, Tom. Tell us about your bullshit stuff because that movie stuff. I don't know, man. Just
All
stick to
facts.
comic books. Stick to
All-
comic books.
Facts. I only drop facts. Yeah, so I will be next weekend. Well, this weekend we launched the BD15 anthology for our 15-year anniversary. It'll also have the Who's Who book that we've been doing for a long time. Mr. Kincaid has a piece in that as well. So that'll be October 11th. That's this Saturday, noon Eastern. We launched that campaign. Then the following week, I'm in San Antonio with Nia Ruffino, Keith Garvey, Ryan Kincaid, Brian Peterson, somebody else. There's another one that I'm not remembering. CB Zane is going to be down there. They're bringing us all down there for our 15-year anniversary. So we'll have a big BDI contingent down there. Nia Ruffino has a set of exclusives that'll be available down there as well. And then the weekend after that, I'm doing a live store signing in Grand Rapids here at the Comic Signal. And then the week after that, I'm in Akron Comic-Con again with CB Zane. And I think that wraps us up for the year.
That's exciting.
Wow.
You got a busy ass October.
Yeah.
That's almost as busy as me, except you're not going to be in Oklahoma for a week. Well, I'll tell you what a fun night. I always look forward to my Tuesdays. Let me tell you why. Because whether it be with these two lovely ladies and Tom, I have the other guys on. You know, we talk shop, and sometimes we have that Ryan Kincaid, that son of a bitch.
Do it.
Son of
You
a
know.
bitch. We love him.
I do love me some Ryan, I must admit. It's always fun. It's always fun, especially when we have these movie nights, because we do everything but talk about recent movies. Because it's we might change the thing to movie reviews to movie we haven't seen or have seen from 1970 to 1980 and some of the 90s. That's gonna be the whole title.
Quick shout out to The Long Walk. That was a great
I
movie. Best
literally was just going to say that.
you know what?
movie of the year.
I was
You
gonna
just
ask
read
if you
my
saw that,
mind.
because my daughter told me all about it. She
Mhm.
liked it. She read the book. You know, believe it or not, my daughter's a reader. And look at this
Aw.
motherfucker right here. You're lucky I read my tea leaves, because I don't know. I don't read shit. But she read it. I tell me everything about it, and she kind of spoiled it for me. But she liked it.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, oh, I meant to ask you, Tom, if you saw it. Okay, good. Look at
Best
Tom
movie
doesn't
of the
hate
year.
everything.
It's at the top of my list.
Did you read the
I'll be
book?
damned.
I did not read
Pigs
the book.
can
so
fly.
it was just, I went in, I saw the trailer. I was like, this looks really intense. And it was really intense and super good, super well acted. Just everything was great.
Tom has
brought
blown me
up
away
that
twice.
movie. What?
Tom has blown me away twice today.
I know. It's why.
Indiana Jones prequel, and he likes a fucking movie. That's not Jaws. That's
Loves a fucking movie.
incredible.
Top of the list. Top of the
He
list.
said
list.
movie of the year.
Your list sucks.
Wow.
Movie of the year. Movie of the year.
Did you hear what Ryan said? Your list sucks. That's a good stuff.
Tom's got a heckler. He needs the gavel.
Anyways.
Known
All right,
Tom for
guys.
Just
So
a few years. Just a few.
next week you won't be seeing us, because I have visitors from out of town, from LA, come visit my sister, and then the week after that I'll be in Oklahoma. So I won't see you guys till the 20-something or other of October. But the last week of October, I'll be seeing you guys Halloween week. So
That'll be the 28th, because I'm hoping to be at a Tate McRae concert that night.
You're gonna be going to the Tate McCrae concert. What?
That's what I heard. What? The what?
Tate McRae.
Kate McCrae.
Your old man ears.
Tate.
Tate.
You better. Oh, Tate. You better tell it to Mandy too, because she didn't hear the same shit. She
Tate
didn't hear it
McRae.
either.
My
Tate McRae.
that's JJ's future ex-wife. So
Okay.
Okay.
I was like, okay, I don't know. What's
Okay.
I love
okay.
her
I'm-
music, but yeah, I would love to see her, and he wants to go. So it would be a mom son date.
Cute.
Oh, that's nice. Okay. All right. All right. Well, then good for you. Go see Kate McCrae. Kate. So anyways, yes, I'll see you guys at the end of the end of the month. And once again, thank you, Tom, for ruining my night with shattering some dreams I never thought I had.
Fucking
Shannon,
facts.
Mandy, as always, thank you. And Ryan, thank you for your voice. It's all soothing in the background.
Fine.
Yeah, thanks so much. Other than that, everybody, that's it. And what do you say, Mandy?